If you want to hear my top 10 purchases from Sephora for 2020, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, aka HMM Makeup or Makeup. Welcome back, or if it's your first time, welcome. Happy to have you. I am doing another top 10 video. I did the Shoppers Drug Mart top 10, which I will put right here if you haven't seen it yet. And today I am doing the Sephora top 10. That would be the top 10 purchases I have made at Sephora for 2020. Either because I've used it a ton or I have purchased it, played with it a little bit, and feel like I feel very happy with my purchasing decision and feel like it adds value to and joy to my collection. So let's start right away. We've got 10 products, but well, we'll see how long it is because I'm probably going to gush a lot over a number of these products. Of course, the first one on my list is the biggest one. Of course, it's at the bottom of the pile. So I had to dig it out. And it's very blingy. My apologies. This is this year's Ciaté Mini Mani Month calendar. And what it is it's an advent calendar of mostly nail polishes, but overall you could say nail products. So there's a file in there. There's there were decals last year. And the reason I feel like it's a top purchase from Sephora is that it brings me joy throughout the year. So I reveal 2 nail polishes per month along with you. I try it out and it's just a lot of fun to do with you. And yeah, and now because I'm so into nail polishes, I wear 3 or 4, maybe up to 5 or 6 different sets of nails throughout the month. So for example, this is today's, and these are all Ciaté London nail polishes that I have received in these advent calendars. So this is the second year I do it, and I was really bummed out because Ciaté London, the Mini Mani Month, I was hoping for a sale, I'll admit, and I missed the boat and it sold out on Sephora. And I missed my opportunity for 2021. But Steph, my good friend here on YouTube, did something unbelievable. And she picked it up from Ciaté London, US, and had it shipped to me. So I have the one for 2021. And I am extremely grateful to Steph for that decision because it's something that I would not have allowed myself to do. And I was just kind of saying, oh, well, I guess I won't have it next year. And she kind of saved that series for us. And like I said, I'm really happy with her pulling the trigger, just forcing it to happen and forcing in a good way for 2021. So thank you, Steph. And so in 2020, this was a definite highlight of the things I've purchased. And I'm learning that in some cases, it's okay to pay full price for something that you really appreciate, enjoy, and that brings value to your life. The next 2 can be considered number 2 and 3, and they are the Sephora Editorial palettes. This is the Editorial 2.0, and this is the original. And let me show you these palettes. I have swatched these 2 palettes and done a comparison in the second video for meaning the Editorial 2 swatches. I do a comparison between the 2, so that might be worth it to check out. And here is, if I could only have one, it would be the original Sephora Editorial Pro. The only drawback to this one is that the names are on the plastic, which they fix in the Editorial 2, but the color story, oh my gosh. The color story speaks to me so much. This is my favorite row, second favorite, third favorite. And this one is, it's okay, it's fine. I just have a lot of these types of colors, and I was getting this palette specifically for these 3 rows, and having 4 very distinct types of shadows in this 28 pan palette just has me so excited to play with it this year. And I'm thinking that I'm going to do kind of palette bingo type things with this one. So I'm really looking forward to playing with it and hopefully playing along with you. And for some reason, these palettes I keep in their original boxes. This is, like I said, the Editorial 2. And this time they have the names on or underneath the shadows. And I think that you can see how this would be its more neutral sister, and that it is quite complementary to the palette colors in the original, or the Sephora Pro 1.0, the original. And I just, when I had a chance to get this one half off, just like I got the other one for a considerable discount, I just said, you know, they are complementary. I think they'll go really well together, and I don't regret the fact that I got both. I think that they are very solid palettes in both in their construction, but also in their contents and the curation of the colors. In at number 3 is the Moschino Sephora palette. And this is as much for the packaging as it is for the shadows, which it does not tend to be really the thing for me. But I am a MAC nut. I have everything MAC in my house, Apple everywhere. I call our house the orchard. And so when Moschino and Sephora came up with this collab, and this makes me think of a MacBook so much, I had to have it. And so the moment there was a sale on it, I jumped on it. So there is the mirror right here, and I haven't even taken the plastic off the mirror. Do you want to do that right now? Let's do that. So here we go. So you can see it. It's official. There we go. Oh, I love doing that. Now, the palette is really interesting because, of course, it's that keyboard design, and there's a color switch on the bottom. I think that is so cool. And for if I can only have one palette, and I'm doing, for example, having a business trip or something, I could see myself bringing this palette and this palette alone, because the big mirror, the 30 odd colors on this keyboard display, and I can put it in my laptop bag right in there with my my computer, my laptop, right? Laptop, eyeshadow palette, what else do I need, right? I think that this is just, it's fabulous. The design, the concept, the design, the execution, everything is beautiful. And it has my heart because it's a lot of colors and neutrals, so that I can pretty much do whatever it is that I want by just grabbing this palette without even considering what's on the inside. I can do a great look. I'm a big fan. Big fan of this palette. Now the next item is an item that I mentioned in the holiday set recommendations, Sephora holiday set recommendations. I'll put that video right there. And I did pick up this recommended product, and I'm happy I did, and I kept everything in its original place so that you can see. And it was $63 Canadian with they say a $208 value. And I agree that there is a lot of value in this box, and there are a few full-size items. So there's a Blinc mascara that's full-size. There is a Pat McGrath, oops, just lost one, Pat McGrath full-size, and a number of other smaller mascaras that I have not tried yet. Let me just go and get that Rogue mascara. Oh, and this is really important. I have to be very careful with this one. So I got this set knowing that there were 2 mascaras that I absolutely wanted. So one of them is this Ilia mascara, because this is going to my friend Steph in Ireland. It is this one from this package that is, oh, it's in grams. It says 3 grams. And then I have another one, hopefully, coming to me from Sephora that I used points to get. And so not only will I be able to send her 1 deluxe mini of her favorite mascara, but I will be able to send her 2 of them. And I think that maybe the second one, the packaging is a little bit nicer than this one. And so that was one of the big benefits of getting this gift set, was that I was going to be able to send this mascara to my YouTube bestie over in Ireland. I will nicely put it back into this set until I'm ready to send it to her. Other ones, now I'm sheepish, and of course there's a full size, because you can't have partial sizes of lashes. So there's a set of Velour lashes. I've never tried Velour before. And then this is my new love, which is the Freak mascara from Urban Decay. So I have another one of these, so I'm really happy about that. And I have not tried the Anastasia or the Bad Gal Bang, although, is that right? Bad Gal Bang. I haven't not tried these two, and the funny thing is that I've received 2 of these from the brands as well, so I have 2 minis of each of those. And the Pat McGrath, what's it called? The Fetish Eyes? Yeah, Fetish Eyes Mascara. I would never have purchased it. But the fact that I get to try a full size of the Pat McGrath mascara, I think that's great. And then Blinc is one that is absolutely not familiar to me. And then there's also a Tarte one up here and a Too Faced. That one I'm quite familiar with. Yeah, so I thought it was a really great value at $63. And if they say that it's over 3 times that value, then it's at least worth it in my opinion. Now these you might think are kind of odd, but they really are in my top 10 favorites, and these are the Makeup Forever magnetic palettes. You can get these for $3 a piece, and they hold either 6 of the Makeup Forever large pans or anything else you want to put in here, and the magnet is so strong. I have full confidence that the pans are not going to be moving around in the package. And so this one is the opaque cover, metal cover, and they are metal. They're a great product. Best palette I ever bought for $3. And then this one is a clear cover, and I think it holds 3 individuals. Yeah, 3 individual Makeup Forever shadows. And it's a clear cover that also enables you, if you have any of the Clionadh multichromes, you can put 4 in a sideways configuration in this, and it keeps them safe. So I love both of these for 2 different reasons. So this one for my Clionadh, if I want to have a smaller subset of what I have from the brand, I would put them in here. And then these for travel. So what I do usually is I have a palette for some eyeshadows and another palette for face products, and I'm good to go. I have some mini blushes, mini bronzers, and mini face powders that I can put in here. Now this next palette I have talked about a lot on this channel, and I'm going to do it again. And it's the Alchemist Palette by KVD Vegan Beauty. It is still available on the Sephora Canada site. The packaging itself is absolutely beautiful. And inside is even more beautiful in that the effect that these 4 have on the eye, they are highlighters, but on the inner to 2/3 of the lid, they are beautiful. They have such a beautiful effect on the eye, not unlike something like what I have on the eye today. This ultraviolet amethyst would have this kind of a look on the eye. They layer on your skin or another eyeshadow and just bring out the look. They are so beautiful. If I'm to say what my favorites are, I would say that my top one is the emerald, next the amethyst, then the sapphire, and finally the opal, because it's a pinky peach. And I like color, as you can tell. But right now, this palette it used to be $40, it's on for $13. And to get 4 vibrant, beautiful, iridescent highlighters for $13, this is an absolute steal. I love it in my collection, and I would not want to lose it. I would be very sad to lose it. It is very similar to the Clionadh Aftershock highlighters. They are beautiful. Okay, I'll stop gushing, but if you're sleeping on this and you like this kind of color, don't sleep on it too long because it's going to disappear. Now for another KVD Vegan Beauty product. This is one that I have had so many samples of come across my collection, and I just decided, because it is such a good price for a perfume that I really like, I decided to get a full size of this perfume, and it's so nice. So here is the bottle, and it just opens up to a sprayer. If I can open it up, there we go. And there's the sprayer. I love the design. It's glass, and then it has this elevated, what do I call it, design around the glass. I think it's gorgeous. And the smell is fantastic. It's absolutely lovely. Okay, second last one, and you know my love for eyeshadow palettes, so it should not be a surprise that these are eyeshadow palettes. And the first one is the Mercury Retrograde, and the reason for this one is because it is the most unique color story, in my opinion, in my collection, and something very uncharacteristic of me to purchase, although there are quite a few mattes in here which I like. But some of the colors are just so interesting to me that I felt like it was a good palette to try from Huda Beauty. I have the Coral Obsessions palette, and this is so different from anything I have in my collection, let alone anything from Huda Beauty. So this is officially my second palette, and I have no regrets. It's some of the palette colors like this one are kind of outside my comfort zone, but I can just see being able to do some really interesting colors with a few of them that I'm excited to play around with. So that every time I look at this palette, both the packaging and the contents, I have no regrets getting this palette in my collection, or bringing in this palette in my collection. I just think it's just so cool. There's no other way to say it. And finally, last official product. So you may think, okay, well, there were 9 categories in all, but the Sephora palettes, the Pro Editorial 1 and 2, that were number 2 in the whole list, I ended up counting those as 2 individual products. So this is number 9, but actually the 10th product that I show you. And it is a palette that I have been wanting for well over a year, and it is the Viseart Dark Edit. I think it's been over a year. It feels like forever that I've waited for this palette to come on sale, and when there was a buy $75 and get $25 off, there was another product I was buying that was already deeply discounted, and I thought, okay, that 25 bucks is going towards this palette. And so it is this guy, and I love the color story of this palette. The purples, the deep purples, that yellow, the green, the khaki, that is so me, and I cannot wait to play with it. I will have a separate video with swatches, and I will do a first impressions, because I have been waiting for this palette for quite a while, and I do owe a first impressions of the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde as well. I love the color story, but I'm a little intimidated by it. And then there were all the holiday sets, so it just took a back seat for quite a number of weeks. And now I can go back and play with what would be more the norm type of palettes in my collection. So I am going to be doing a lot of playing the rest of December and January, let me tell you. All right, this is long enough of a video. I hope you enjoyed seeing what were my favorite purchases of the year from Sephora. I would love to hear what your absolute favorite purchases were for 2020 from Sephora or Shoppers Drug Mart or Indie, whatever you feel your top purchases have been. I would love to hear from you. And with that, I will say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.